Okay, let's talk about converting leads into applications. But you know what? I only have a couple of minutes today, but I had a very important tip that I wanted to share with you about why your leads are not converting. Okay, there's a inappropriate focus on lead volume. All right, especially if you're talking to trainers or lead providers, they always want to talk about just how many leads they're going to generate for you and how amazing things are going to be when you have unlimited leads. But let's be honest here. Unlimited leads is not attractive, right? None of us like the idea of having to chase thousands and thousands of people just to get a handful of closings. So what can you do about it? What can you do so that you actually close and convert more of your leads into applications? Well, the first thing you can do is stop generating so many leads. Instead, don't make things so easy. Change your focus, shift your focus away from how many leads you're going to capture, and instead ask yourself, how can I be sure that I'm capturing good leads? Let me give you an example. So let's say the landing page. Let's actually start with the I'm sorry, actually, let's even change with the ad itself. Okay, so number one, I'm just going to take notes here so that you can follow along easier. Instead of making ads that appeal to almost everyone, let's instead appeal only to someone who needs your services now, right? I'll give you an example. So I had a client recently that said, hey, in that ad that we're about to run, can I also advertise that I do this type of loan, but then also that type of loan? And I'm afraid that some people won't respond because they won't know that I also do this third type of a loan. That's way too much, guys. Asking an ad to appeal to three completely different groups of people for three completely different types of loan products is not going to make your marketing situation and your conversion situation better. It's going to make it worse. When you're trying to appeal to everyone, you appeal to no one. Okay? That's why we don't see car dealerships that also advertise snow cones and a cafe and, oh, by the way, it's also a movie theater. No, they do one thing well. They sell vehicles and repair vehicles. Everything's related to that. Okay, so let's stay hyper focused on people who need your services now. So when we run ads, instead of judging, oftentimes we judge the effectiveness of our ads based on how many leads they capture. Let's instead start judging them based on proper performance metrics. Proper performance metrics equals, how many appointments, how many applications, and ultimately how many closings. You have to hold your advertising's feet to the fire. You have to. You have to circle back and say, okay, I know I captured a bunch of leads, but out of these leads, how many of these actually turned into appointments? How many did I actually get to talk to and meet with? How many of these turned into applications? And ultimately, how much money did I make? Your ROI. And oftentimes, individuals just focus on, well, I'm still getting leads from, so I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. Eventually, things will get better. But that's just not how it works. Okay? Now let's move on to step 2, and that is your landing page. So again, we're going to do just like above with the ad. Let's stop wearing the kid gloves and instead ask the big questions, right? So you'll often hear, well, you should only ask 2 or 3 questions because if you ask more than that, it's going to scare them away. And I submit to you that if the lead is scared away by having to give information that somebody who's legitimately in need of a loan and knows that they have to give up information, if they won't give up more than their name and email, or maybe name and email and phone number, then you're not dealing with somebody who really needs your services right now. I'm not saying that means you abandon them and you don't lead nurture, but what I am saying is that at that point you have a big signal that you're wearing kid gloves. We're coddling them too much. We're having too low of expectations, and therefore we're going to have low quality. So go ahead Just break it up into different steps and ask the bigger questions. I like to capture 8 to 10 fields of data, sometimes even up to 12 fields of data, okay, depending on the niche. So ask more questions to force them to prove their interest. So we ask the type of questions that only somebody who really needs a loan right now would actually take the time to answer, okay? Let's also start taking more steps. What I mean by that is let's move them forward in the funnel sooner, right from the point of lead generation. How many of your leads convert is going to be directly in proportion to what your expectations are of them. What do you do early in the process? So my expectations are I expect them to take that next step and schedule an appointment with me. So I'm already showing them my calendar. I'm already giving them reasons why they need to talk to me. I'm not shying away from the fact that I'm here because I want to close your loan. It's almost as if we've become so afraid of the word salesman that we're afraid to actually sell, right? We apologize. We apologize for the process. I would rather be upfront with them and say, look, I'm not going to lie to you. I want your business. I would love to be your loan officer. I would love to be the person to close your loan. However, I'm not going to pressure you into it, but I'm also not going to apologize for that fact because we both know that's why I'm here. I'm not going to insult your intelligence and pretend that I'm here to be your friend and I'm here to just be a consultant and give you free information whenever you want. And I really don't care, and it doesn't matter who you actually end up doing business with. Nobody buys that. Nobody believes that crap. So they're just going to look at you as a liar. Let's just be honest with them and say, look, I would like to be your loan officer. I would love to do your loan. However, I know I need to earn that right, so I'm willing to go the extra mile. But here's what I need to do to actually answer your questions appropriately, give you the most accurate answers, give you the most accurate numbers, and ultimately to demonstrate to you that I am the loan officer for you and that I have the right solutions for you. Okay? Isn't that a much more honest approach? That we're just putting all our cards on the table and saying, here's what I'm here for. I know what you're here for. So I know what you want. Here's what I want. Okay? I'm here because I want to be your loan officer. I want to close your loan, and I want to do a fantastic job for you. I know you're here because you want a good rate. You want the best monthly payment possible. You probably want less money out of pocket if possible. You want to keep more money in your pocket. And you probably, and I've never met a single person yet who didn't want a low stress and efficient and easy process. And I'm here to deliver those things to you. But in order for me to deliver on those promises, here's what I'm going to need from you. And we need to start this narrative. We need to plant this seed right from the beginning. See how that's in all caps and a bunch of exclamation points there? Because we wait way too long to get to this conversation. This should be happening right from your thank you page, guys. Right from that first step of them clicking that button. There needs to be engagement having this conversation that I just mentioned. And I assure you guys, go ahead and try it. If you take this approach, this shift in perspective, this shift in how you view the lead generation process, you can move the focus away from volume and more towards quality. And at the end of the day, isn't that really what you want? I don't care if I have 10 leads this month or 100 leads this month. What I care about is how many loans do I close, or at least how many applications do I put in my pipeline so that they'll be closing or they're on their way to being closed, right? The volume doesn't matter. In fact, I prefer lower volume. The less volume I have to work to get to that point, the better it is for me because that leaves more time, fewer people for me to chase. Wouldn't you agree? All right? Now, watch as I drink my own Kool-Aid. What am I here for? I've been giving you some good information, or what I hope you feel is good and helpful information over the past couple of weeks here as we've been talking more and more about funnels, right? We've been talking about lead conversion. We've been talking about funnels, how to close more deals. And I would love to be a provider of services to you. I would love to be the person to solve your lead problems. So if you want to chat and see and allow me the opportunity to tell you how I can help you solve these problems. I've been doing this since 2005, very long time. We've helped thousands of loan officers. But the only way for us to find out what I can do for you and how I can improve your situation is to have a conversation with you. So if you find yourself in this scenario and you don't like the idea of having to do all the work yourself and learn a whole bunch of technical stuff and how to implement these strategies, and you just rather the peace of mind of knowing it's getting taken care of by people who've done this thousands of times before, then click reply to the email that sent you to this video, or you can head on over here. There you go, mortgagemarketingcoaching.com, mortgagemarketingcoaching.com. And on that site, you will find a button to click to schedule an appointment where we can chat. Let's chat. Let's see what we can do for your scenario to help you get to that point where you're worried less about leads and more about your actual closings. Focus more on your closings, performance, return on investment. Isn't that nice when you get a positive return on your investment? Positive return on investment. That's what we focus on, not on lead volume. All right. If that sounds good to you, let's chat. In the meantime, make it a wonderful and a productive day, and at least take away your takeaway here, guys. Please shift your focus. Shift your focus, and I promise you things will improve. Chat with you next time. See you in the next video.